Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to draw this drawing in 3D. Here are the dimensions. It's total 5.13 long and 3.5 tall. And then the depth of that is 2 and it's decimal units. So let's go to AutoCAD and open your template. I am already in my template. That does have a title block, and I'm going to go to the model space and start the drawing over here. So we're going to start by drawing the rectangle first. So I was in my 3D interface, so I'm going to go back to 2D. So go to your rectangle, and you can start at 10, 10 to stay in the positive quadrants. And the width of that is 5.13, 3.5. Enter. Now you're going to use chamfer command to chop this corner off 45 degree, and let's look at the dimensions over here. Now overall is 3.5 and 2.5 is to this point where the angle begins. That means this is 1 unit this way and then 1 unit this way, because 45 degree angle, that means it's symmetrical on both sides. So let's get started with that. So we're going to use chamfer command, which is under fillet, and you're going to click on distance, or let's do this distance, and we know the distance, so let's type 1, and then second chamfer distance is also 1. Enter. And then it's asking you chamfer select first line, and this is the first line, and then second line, and that's your 45 degree chamfer. Now let's move on to the next one, this angle. Over here you see that over here from the bottom up it's 2.25 and 3.5 is the total height. So we need to subtract 3.5 minus 2.25, which gives us 1.25, and then 1.63 is the chamfer on this side. So we are going to use chamfer command again. Chamfer distance, and the first distance we are going to add 1.63. Enter. And second distance 1.25. Enter. Now first line was this one because we entered 1.63 for the first distance, and click on that one and click on this one. So now we got the chamfer, that was this one, so we got that correct. Now we need to locate this circle. This circle is located 1.5 in terms of height, and then 2.88 from the left, this line. So we're going to use tracking today. So we do need to draw a circle, and the circle diameter is given, so click on diameter circle. And now we are going to type tracking, TRACKING. Enter. And it's asking a circle first tracking point. We are going to click over here, and then it's asking next point, and we're going to type 1.5 is 1.5, and then it's asking the next one is 2.88, and now we are going to enter to end the tracking, and that's where the circle will be located. And over here we are going to type the diameter 1.52. Enter. So now you have your drawing. We are going to go to the 3D modeling interface, So click on the gearbox and click on 3D modeling gearbox. And you have your 3D modeling interface. So this is for the modeling tools, solid, surface, mesh, visualize, and so forth. Today we are going to use the modeling tab, the very basic ones, the extrude and press pull, which are on the modeling panel. So if you click on home, you will see that this is the front view. If you hover over here and right click on your mouse and click on parallel, then you will have this regular view. Over here I drew that on front. Make sure you draw that on front. Don't change anything on the view cube, but on view controls draw that profile on front. Click on home, and then you are going to use extrude, and type 2 for the depth and enter. And then you are going to use press pull and hover inside the circle, not on the circle itself but inside the circle, and then punch through it, and that will create a hole. You have to just pass it through it all the way, and as you can see, there is a hole in there. So now your drawing is done. Save it and then go to layout. Over here we are going to project the views. So click on view, base, and from model space. So it's bringing those for you from model space. Leave about 1.5 inch, considering that this from here to there is half inch. So leave 3 times of that here and 3 times 1.5 at the bottom, and then click once, then enter. Then move your cursor up and leave enough space for the dimensions below, and then click. Then come over here. This is going to line up for the right view, and then go up, and here is your isometric. Click, and then you can enter at the end. Now over here, click once and edit view. Over here under hidden lines, click on the arrow and choose shaded with visible lines, and then enter. Now we are going to provide some dimensions, basic dimensions. At this time you can go back to your drafting and annotation interface, 2D interface, so that you can use all familiar tools. The main dimensions are the overall dimension, and change that to dimension layer. So you want to add your width and length on this view, which is the top view. Then you can come here and add your heights over here. So we are going to change our dim style, modify, and then primary units, and change the precision to accommodate the 2 decimals, since those are part of the drawing here. So distance from the object and your dimension line should be about 1/4 inch, and that should be same distance, about the same distance between each dimension line. All the heights should be added here. Since this is different from the right side, go ahead and add that. Since this one is more obvious in this view, you may add that here, because that's a reference from the center of the circle. And then from the center of the circle, there is this dimension, and then diameter dimension, and then add the text, single line text, align with the left line of the object. Click once and type 0.125 and enter on 0 because we are going to keep that 0, and then type top and front, and right. Then update your title block. So this was 3D drawing 1. So what was the scale? You click over here, click on this arrow, and look at the scale. It's 1:2. And then update the date as well, and go ahead and export and that would be all. Your turn. Happy drawing.